Hey, what's up guys? It's Sebastian. So I've been getting quite a few questions as to whether people should start a one product store or a niche store. I have an opinion on both of them and they both work really well, but in this video I'm just going to kind of explain my personal outlook on them and which one I think should be beneficial for you, and it kind of just depends on your situation. So I'm going to explain the pros and cons of both just because I do have a strong opinion as to which type of store I prefer running. So before we do get into this video, be sure to smash the like button and click subscribe below because I am posting every single day. Now that that is out of the way, let's get into this comparison. So first thing I'm going to do is go over the pros of a niche store, why you should potentially run a niche store, because again, there are benefits to structuring your website like a one product store and a niche store. So I'm again just going to explain exactly why you may want to start a niche store. So the number one main benefit is you get the opportunity to test quite a few products, which is something you can't really do with a one product store normally. I say normally because there is one outlier, that one website I reviewed a few videos ago. That one that was doing like over almost $1 million a month, they had a niche store, but they set it up to where it was almost like a one product store on each product, which was nice. But normally with niche stores, you have the ability to test a lot of products, which means you don't have to close yourself off to just one product. If you want to test 5 to 10 products in one niche, you definitely can, and you normally won't have any backlash for that because again, you have the flexibility of testing tons of products. Another cool thing is your AOV, which is average order value, is normally higher simply because you're selling more products on your website, which means there's more products on your website, meaning more people could buy tons of different products if you have those options, which is normally not something you have on a one product store. An example, if I'm shopping on Target, there's lots of products I can buy on there, but if I'm going onto a website that only sells one product, there's not really much flexibility with what I can buy. Another big benefit, which I highlighted in another video, I'll link it up here. It explains how this store did like $20,000 a day. They didn't scale one product to 20K a day. They scaled tons of micro products to $1,000 to $2,000 a day. That is what you could do with the niche store. So instead of scaling one product and just focusing on that and scaling it up to 20 grand a day, if you have 5 to 10 products that you're pulling in like $500 to $1,000 a day, maybe all those products themselves can't scale to 10K a day, but when you have all of these products that you're just selling smaller quantities in, you can still make a ton of money, which allows you to still generate quite a bit of revenue. Another cool benefit of a niche store is your return rate with customers is extremely higher simply because you have more products, you have more options. People do shop multiple times on one product stores, but the return rate is dramatically higher if you do have a niche store, so that is a big benefit. The last big benefit is you can do a lot more revenue than a one product store. So just mathematically speaking, if you have 10 products that you can all scale individually to 100 grand, or you have one product store where you can scale just one product to 200 grand, obviously you're going to be making more money with a niche store, hypothetically. Like, that's just speaking as far as numbers go. Now, of course, there are cons to a niche store. One of the big things is it takes a lot of time to set up each product page. If you want to have them all convert well, you need to write great product descriptions, have good reviews on your product page, and have everything set up properly, or else you will not get a good conversion rate, which is a big issue I see with a lot of beginners. They try to start a niche store and they don't have the time or the knowledge as to how to set it up properly, and then it just ends up looking like a basic dropshipping store that doesn't convert traffic at all. Another big downside is it takes a lot more money to run a niche store. Here's why. If you are testing one product on a one product store, you only have to spend money on ads for one product, and you only have to spend money on like custom creatives and stuff for one product. But if you're running a niche store and you're running 5 to 10 products, that's 5 to 10 custom video ads that you need to get made, and that is 5 to 10 products that you still need to spend money on ads for testing, which is, again, that adds up. Another big downside that a lot of beginners face is they don't set up their pixel properly for multiple products. So if you have one product on your website, you only need your pixel set up and you don't have to have crazy custom conversions on your website. But if you're selling 10 different products, you need to create custom conversions, which takes time to do. It's just like, it's simple, but it takes time. And you have to do that and set it up for each single product so that you can make sure your Facebook pixel is properly tracking each sale for each product. Because again, people who spend $30 are not the same audience of people who spend $100 on a Facebook ad, like buying a product for $100 compared to $30. They're not the same target demographic. So you do not want data to be skewed, which is again why you need to set that up properly. Probably the biggest downside is you don't have the ability to become a branded one product store. So the one I reviewed, which was called 7 Seconds Smile, that website had like 10 or 20 products on there, and they had each single product page set up as if it was a one product store, so they were able to create that like perceived brand for each product. But traditionally you will not know how to set that up properly, so that is a big downside. So those are the pros and cons for a niche dropshipping store. Now let's get into my personal favorite, a one product store. So the big benefits with a one product store: you have the ability to focus solely on one product, which means you have, let's just say you have 10 points of focus. Okay, let's just say you are given 10 points of focus every single day. If you're selling 10 products, that is 1 point of focus per product. Now if you're selling one product, that product gets all 10 points of your focus throughout the day, which means you have the ability to scale this product and work on it and perfect it way more than you would if you were running a niche store. Now I didn't make that up. I've personally ran niche stores and ran one product stores, and I've seen my focus just gets completely screwed up when I'm trying to scale all these different products on one website. But when I brand the website as a one product store, it's very simple to set the website up. It's very simple to just run the product and focus solely on it. Which brings me to another big benefit, is the time needed to create the website. You can create a one product store in a few hours very simply, and will convert extremely well, just again in a few hours, which is very difficult to do with the niche store, considering you have to create 5 to 10 separate product pages, which does take quite a bit of time. Another big benefit of a one product store: let's say you only have $1,000 to run ads. If you're running 10 products, that's only $100 a day for one day. That's not a lot of money. But if you're only running one product, you can focus all of that money onto one product, allowing you to have more capital to potentially test your product or get custom creatives or stuff along those lines. Also, the pixel is very easy to set up. Again, like I mentioned when I was talking about the niche store, pixel is very easy to set up with a one product store. So the last benefit is you can create a product page and website that is way more branded than a niche store. I launched the store's ads today. We just got our custom creative in, so we are running ads on Facebook right now, and the ad is super branded. The product page is super branded. Everything is extremely branded, and it didn't take us a long time, but we now look like the trailblazers for this product because of the fact that we have the website super branded, which is something that is very difficult to do with a niche store, because again, you're not really selling like one specific product. It's normally a lot, which makes it very difficult to create that one perceived brand. Now, again, with every pro comes a con. So one of the big cons of a one product store is a revenue cap. Now, this doesn't mean you can't make a ton of money still. I've scaled products at $10,000 a day, and I will continue to, because again, you can make a lot of money with one product. Like I think people forget how many people are in the world buying things, and they forget how little money $10,000 a day is in the grand scheme of things with all these consumers. But mathematically speaking, if you sold, again, 3 products that could all generate you $10,000 a day compared to one product that can generate you $10,000 a day, the niche store will hypothetically make you more money. That's not to say that it actually will. I'm just saying, mathematically speaking, you can make more money off of multiple products. Probably the biggest downside of a one product store is you have to completely restart if your product doesn't work. So if you test your Facebook ads for a few days and they don't perform well, you don't just get to switch to another product like in a snap of a finger. Like, you can't just switch the ad link that you're running. You have to actually create a whole new website because of the fact that you have it all branded for one product. Which, yes, that is a downside, but I truly believe it does increase your conversion rate when you do have your website extremely branded. So those are the pros and cons of both types of websites. Now, if I was a beginner, I would definitely try to start a niche store. Here's why. Now, yes, I did say that there was a lot of funds that you would have to spend on a niche store, but the thing is, when a lot of people are starting out, they don't exactly know which product's going to sell well. So for myself, I've been dropshipping for almost, I believe like we're at 3 years now, which is quite some time. So I've learned how to find exactly which products are going to sell well, because I've seen the products that have sold well in the past 3 years. So I can kind of figure out exactly which ones are going to perform. Now, if you're just starting out, you don't really have that intuition in you to just like say, okay, this product's going to sell well, I'm going to get custom creatives, custom content, and double down on this product and just run it up. Which is why I think if you set up a niche store and had maybe 3 to 5 products on there, and don't test them all at the same time, but just test one for a few days, and then if it doesn't meet your criteria, which is like a good click-through rate, a good ROAS, a good conversion rate, all that stuff has to be solid. If it doesn't perform well, you just switch to another product. That is what I would recommend if you were a beginner. Now, once you get the hang of it, if I were you, I would set up a general store and start running all of your products under there for testing. And then once you find products that work, you take that product, create a one product store for it, brand it, and then relaunch your ads on that new store. It's very simple. It'll take you like a day, but you'll be able to get a higher conversion rate, and you can do a lot more marketing stuff with that if it's just one product. So that is how I would structure it if I were a beginner. And then if I was already skilled, again, I enjoy one product stores. That's what I do. It's extremely simple to do once you, again, already know which products are going to sell well. But that's my comparison between niche stores and one product stores. They both have their place in the market and they both work really well. I personally, again, like one product stores just because I like the aspect of branding. I like that I can create this big perceived brand of the product and build a lot of trust in my customers. The more expensive your product is, I truly believe it's more necessary to run a one product store just because you're able to build up a lot more trust with your customers when you have that big perceived brand of the one product. So that's about it for this video. Let me know your comments and your opinions on this topic. If you guys prefer one product stores or niche stores, again, I prefer one product stores. They're just very simple to run. But again, if you are a beginner, I do suggest testing a few products out because you don't want to double down on one website if you don't exactly know which product is going to sell well. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did make it to the end, be sure to smash the like button and click subscribe below. And if you have any questions or concerns, drop those in the comment section below. But other than that, I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.